The Los Angeles Coliseum, a place traveler calls home and the crowd loves to fight on when supporting the USC Trojans. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels, taking on a team from the SEC, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Trojans will kick it away first. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So the UNLV Rebels offense will get the first possession of the game. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play. And this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. He's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to bring it back. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. The Trojans offense will try to get something going with their first possession. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw it. They've got the screen set up. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. The D thinking brings some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Complete downfield. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Trojans are flying down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Using the quick game. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. The aerial assault continues. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Quick strike complete.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Looking downfield, it's Lester. Quick completion on the out. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Trojans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to...
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. Looking for room. It's Thomas. Gives him a little shake, and he's got some room.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Off the play fake. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Rebels send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Back to throw, it's Lester. He's got his man. They make the stop, and that's how the 1st quarter will end. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. The option look. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's picked off. Sweet spin. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Starting to feel a little pressure. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Isn't the play-action fake supposed to make those guys take a half a beat before they come and destroy the quarterback?
Yes, trying to slow them down as much as possible, but it's predicated, too, on me reading that and me seeing it, and they didn't bite it at all. You better run the football effectively if you're going to run play-action, because they did not bite on the play-action fake.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. Oh, ball's out. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
And the Rebels with the 1st and 10. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
These are the plays that don't show up in the stat books, right? Like, a great job. Look at it. He does an awesome job. Instead of taking the sack, clearly wanted to throw the football, scrambles around, gets some positive yards. It doesn't go down as a huge gain, but these are the plays that get you W's.
Got a man. It's Thomas. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Bully ball on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Tackled there by the defense.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively? Try to have success on 3rd down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Touchdown, Rebels! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Nebraska was able to come away with the win as they have so many times there in Lincoln, but not without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Just got one on that last run. Now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. They'll run it to the right side. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Looking to throw, it's Lester. Good timing on the quick out. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Wants to throw on third down. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
All right, QB, I got to trust you, man. You already threw one pick. Now that one probably should have picked. You got to give me a reason to feel confident I can drop back and let you throw the football again. Or else this leash maybe gets a little bit short. Maybe we start warming up the righty in the bullpen.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. The Rebels will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. The expressway is wide open. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. To the air, it's Lester. He finds his man. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Lofts one high and deep. Grabs it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They go right back to their man on second and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And he tacks on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops calling and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Looking for a crease, it's Thomas. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. And the Rebels in the hurry-up. Now the play fake. Looking left. It's caught downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, to give, looking for room. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
The running back has it. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Gets rid of it. Grabbed on the outside, it's McDaniel. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. And it's right down the boulevard. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On the option. He'll pitch it. At the 45, on its way. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
And 3rd down, they keep it on the ground with their playmaker. They give him the football. They got so much confidence in this guy and their offensive line, and they get the 1st down.
Listen, just to be on the field on 3rd down as a running back means you've got to be versatile, right? You got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to block. But if they want to hand it off to you on 3rd down, too, you got to be able to go find a way to keep the drive alive. This dude has all the tools in the toolbox.
Back to pass, it's Lester. He'll heave it deep. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Trojans. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Final play of the quarter coming. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got room at the 35. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. He's going to take off. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback?
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Ball is free. The defense grabs it, and they're going the other way.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys, you got to secure the ball and put it away. The play's not over. Give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps on.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David, the offense. And it's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Trojan.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Going up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's McDaniel. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
Here comes third and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the first down. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Finds his big tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Rebels line it up with a first and goal. Looking to throw it again. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. They desperately need to get the score here on third and goal to have any kind of wild chance. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost done.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, look out. There he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got...
Flying down the right side. Touchdown, USC! And the punishment has been extended.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Cincinnati handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. He's going to pass. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Line getting set on 2nd down. Off play action. Here's a throw downfield late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you can try to get young guys in the game at this point, but now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the score.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. He'll ride his man on the option. At the 20, he's got space. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And how about the big play by this running back? Nice job running with the football. Good balance, seeing where he needed to go with the football. Finishing the run, he gets knocked out of bounds. But how about this offense set up now on 1st and goal?
Coming after him. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They've built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
Not so fast. You think it's going to be automatic, second and short. They're just going to turn around and hand it off. But how about the penetration up front defensively, shutting that play down?
Yeah, and if your defense wants to be aggressive, well, that's fine. It's third and short. I still got fourth down.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll throw it on first down. Trying to get to it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were.
He hurls one deep down the left side. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Feeling some heat. He's taking a deep shot. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. He definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports.